What's going on, everyone? HueFin News coming at you with another daily cryptocurrency market analysis. Today is August the 19th, 2017. And I must say, some of these cryptocurrencies have shot to the moon today, specifically Dash and Monero. But there are others who look like they're waiting in the shadows for the opportunity to shoot up. And we're going to go ahead and get into that in our analysis for today. But first, we're going to go ahead and do our daily cryptocurrency analysis on the ones that the major market and mega cryptocurrencies many traders and investors are interested in. The first one we are going to look at today is NEO. On this particular daily chart, you can see how the market came and closed above the close from yesterday, which gives us the indication that NEO is not all that weak. It is showing us that it's finding an area that it can trade, that it can find multiple buyers and sellers, and for that reason we will say that NEO is switching over to trading sideways. It looks like the downtrend over the last 5 days is concluded, so we would expect NEO to start trading sideways to eventually higher. But in the short term, we expect it to move sideways. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and check out Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is up 1.27%. Last trade was at $4,142.30. And as always, we can, like the last 2 days, Bitcoin was showing us downward pressure. The bar has closed lower than the previous day, so that lets us know that the market was trending and giving us precursors of weakness. But once you look at today's bar, the bar closed higher than yesterday's bar, which gives us an indication that consumption has entered to market, and it kind of lets us know that this is where support is being found at around $4,300 area is where support is for Bitcoin. Now, with that being said, we would expect Bitcoin to trade sideways to eventually lower. But if tomorrow's bar is higher than today's bar, then Bitcoin is being more prepped for higher prices and is giving us precursors of strength now. So we'll have to wait to see what this formation bar is going to be before we actually determine whether or not Bitcoin is ready to shoot back higher or make lower lows. Because even though today's bar closed higher than yesterday's bar, this particular bar did not necessarily come back higher into yesterday's trading bar. So that also lets us know that there might not be a lot of interest to higher prices right now. So that's why we say Bitcoin will trade sideways to possibly lower. But right now, you got to keep in the back of your mind that Bitcoin is not necessarily all that weak. There is still pressure for Bitcoin to make higher prices. So I just want to keep you guys aware that if you guys are in the market, it seems like the support is at $3,900 area for Bitcoin, and the market came and touched that today. It did that on the 16th of August, and it went past it on the 15th of August. So that's 3 trading days that the market came and touched $3,900 area, and it went back up and closed higher above that mark. So that lets us know that this is becoming support. So with that being said, we would expect Bitcoin to trade sideways to eventually higher if the market for tomorrow is higher than today's close. So next, we're going to go ahead and look at Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash hit another all-time high today. It almost cracked the $1,000 mark. But a lot of stockpile came in on this particular bar to make it close around 745. It is up 7.39%. Last trade was at $744.90. Even though we have a lot of stockpile that came on this particular bar, and even on yesterday's bar, the market still closed higher than the previous day. So with that being said, it looked like Bitcoin Cash is being more geared towards trading sideways in the short term, but the interest to the upside is still there. Bitcoin Cash is still giving us precursors of strength, so we expect it to trade higher as well. So next we're going to go ahead and look at Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 0.63%. Last trade was at $290.78. Today's bar was pretty much like all the other cryptocurrencies. The market came down, but the bar was able to close above yesterday's close, which gives us the indication that consumption came in on this particular bar. And over the last couple of trading days, if you notice, the market hasn't been falling, even though we've seen stockpile come in to try to push the market lower. It's not being successful. The market has found support at 278. So it looks like Ethereum is trying to make moves higher. So our analysis for Ethereum is for it to trade higher in the near term. It should look like it should shoot up just like Dash and Manero did today, as well as Bitcoin Cash. It looked like Ethereum is waiting for its opportunity to do the same thing. So we're expecting Ethereum to shoot higher in the near term. So next we're going to go ahead and look at Litecoin. Go ahead and refresh this chart. So Litecoin is down 3.70%. Last trade was $44.71. And yesterday's bar was a true confirmation bar of majority of sellers came in the market, because today's bar closed lower than yesterday's bar. But as well, on this same bar, you can see that consumption came in because the market closed in the middle of the bar. So that lets us know as well that Litecoin looks to continue its sideways trading within its range of $47 to $43 in the short term. But overall, it looked like Litecoin is going to continue to trek higher. But if I make this chart shorter, I want you to see how Litecoin has been trading within a range from $49, almost $50, all the way down to around $35. It's been trading within this range, and it looks like it's not going to honor this upward channel that we've drawn. It doesn't look like Litecoin wants to obey that channel, so that lets us also know that it's trading more sideways than it is upward, which is also a precursor of weakness. But nevertheless, we expect Litecoin to continue to trade sideways. Now, if today's bar that is forming now close lower than today's bar, then we would expect Litecoin to continue down. So we'll have to wait and see on this formation of this particular bar to see what actually occurred on today's bar, because today's bar is like a duality. It could be a precursor of weakness and strength. So we have to wait for confirmation on which actual strength or weakness won on the 19th of August bar. So that's what we're waiting for tomorrow. So until then, we will just say that Litecoin is going to continue to trade sideways. So next, we're going to go ahead and look at Manero. So Monero is up 14.69%. Last trade was at $55.01. And we have already expected Monero to move higher, because we said yesterday on our video that even though the market was trending or closed, the bars was closing lower than each previous day, the market wasn't falling extremely fast. That gives us precursor of strength, especially once you have multiple days where the market is lower but it's not falling far. So that's why we said that Monero should move higher, and look what happened today. The market shot up and it looked like it came and touched towards almost the high of the 24th of May. So Monero came and tested that area again, and it wasn't able to sustain it and close that high. It came and actually found some stockpile. Some sellers came in and allowed the bar to close lower than the high of the bar. So with that being said, we want to wait and see on today's formation, on this formation bar, to see if the sellers actually won out on today's bar. If the sellers went out, then the market will move lower. But if there's still a lot of momentum to higher prices, then the buyers will consume all of the sellers' cryptocurrencies and move the price higher. So we will just go on with our analysis for Manero and say that they will trade sideways. We'll wait on this formation of this bar to determine whether or not the sellers was actually more dominant than the buyers. The volume was extremely high for this particular bar. Lets us know that there was a lot of interest. Matter of fact, it's one of the highest bars we've seen since June 12th. So it's a lot of trading days in between that the volume hasn't been that high. So that lets us know some interest to higher prices for Monero, and it's been a while, and it's been making a trek higher and higher throughout those months. And now it finally got all the way back up here to this $59 area. Now the question is, will it maintain that? So tomorrow will tell us whether or not it'll be able to go back up to this $59 area, or come right back down to where majority of the trading has been occurring. So right now we'll just say that Manero will trade sideways. So next we're going to look at Ethereum Classic. Now this is the particular cryptocurrency that I am waiting for it to pop, because it has been trading on this area of support for the last 5 days, including today's trading day. And the market needs to shoot up higher, because especially in this descending triangle that we have created, Monero can only, I'm sorry, not Monero, but Ethereum Classic needs to break higher, and we're not necessarily seeing signs of weakness, precursors of weakness within Classic. So that's the only indication for us to say that it will either trade sideways or it's time for Ethereum Classic to move up. So that's where our analysis is for Classic, is for it to move higher. It kind of seems like all the other cryptocurrencies over the past couple of trading days have had their opportunity on push to go up bars, except for Classic and Ripple and Litecoin. So those three particular cryptocurrencies, well, Litecoin did have his opportunity to shoot higher, but Classic and Ripple is not joining in on the higher prices that the other cryptocurrencies have been doing. So even with today, Ripple is not ready to go higher. We're not seeing any precursors of strength in Ripple. The volume is a lot lighter, but it's still within the high range, especially over the last couple of trading days. So once the volume is consumed, then Ripple will begin its higher prices. But until then, Ripple will continue to trade sideways right along this area of support that has been formed. But once this volume dries up, then you'll be willing to get into the market, because the market will be shooting higher. So Ripple is down 3.92%. Last trade was around 15 cents. So that's the only thing we're waiting for It's really for Ripple and Ethereum Classic to shoot up. But all the other cryptocurrencies have that opportunity to shoot extremely higher. Oh, I was right. Litecoin did have a higher day, but it wasn't like Bitcoin Cash or Dash or Manero did today. So Litecoin looked like it might make another opportunity if today this formation of this new bar is going to be higher. If not, then the market will continue to move lower. So that's all, guys. I mean, this is pretty much simple. It's whenever you get into the market, it's easy for you guys to see exactly what's the intention of the market participants without using indicators, because those are so late. I mean, you guys would have missed out on Monero's. This is a perfect study case for you guys who would have missed out on this particular move today if you did not see our video yesterday, because we specifically told you that even though we were seeing bars closing lower, but the market wasn't moving. It wasn't moving lower or downward fast. Rather, it was taking a slow time, just trekking ever so slowly lower and lower. And that's an indication of a precursor of strength, because it's more buyers, more interest to higher prices if the market is not falling. So that lets you know that there was majority buyers within this range to allow the market to shoot up today. So that's why lagging indicators will not allow you to predict or forecast a bar like today. Only at HueFin News were we able to predict this particular bar. And that's why those who have subscribed will be far ahead of the game by paying attention to our analysis that we do on a daily basis, because we have told you yesterday that this particular bar should be happening based off the previous bars without using any indicators. That's how powerful this language is, understanding this new market language that we at HueFin News know. So you guys continue to watch these videos for you guys to become more confident in understanding of where the market is forecasted to go. Also, please continue to subscribe, continue to share these videos, like them. And if you guys got any questions, make sure you go ahead and hit me up in the comment section of this video, and we'll continue to give you guys more daily cryptocurrency market analysis that no one else is able to give you guys. Only here at HueFin News I'll be able to forecast market movements based off bars, price bars, and volume bars. That's it. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later.